morning. Hi everybody. My name is Andréa Williams and today I'm doing another story for you. Today's story is called Ko-Ko-Ko, the owl. Ko-Ko-Ko is Anishinaabe for owl, and this story has it holds some significant meaning for me. I actually purchased this book at the Ojibwe Cultural Foundation, which is located on Jiging First Nation in Manitoulin Island. If you ever get the opportunity to go to Manitoulin Island and visit Jiging, please check out the Ojibwe Cultural Foundation. It's a great facility that is working to preserve culture, language, and the arts for the First Nations peoples on Jiging. This story is great because it aligns perfectly with the story I read yesterday. I read the story of a Nancy who is a trickster, and a Nancy is quite popular in Afro-Caribbean folklore. And today's story talks about Nanabush, and he's also quite a mischievous character in some First Nations. So it's great because they both are tricksters, and they have great meaning and messages within their stories. So it's a great way to represent both of my communities. So let's begin. This is an Ojibwe-Odawa legend, and the story was brought forward by Howard Corbett. It was edited by Mary Lou Fox, and the illustrations are by Martin Pandick. Beautiful illustrations. Hatto in Tennessee. You'll hear him from time to time. So the foreword goes like this. These are stories which have been told and retold by our grandfathers, and as Anishinaabe, they are part of our culture and our traditions. They're not only for us, but they are also for our children, and for the children they have, and for the children that will come. Many of them have been told with a lesson in mind, which will give meaning in our day-to-day living. These stories are gifts which we pass on to our children. So here we go. Ko-Ko-Ko. The Ojibwe people call the owl Ko-Ko-Ko because that's the kind of sound that he makes. They believe that he possessed magical powers, which were not always used for good. One day, a young boy was walking through the woods. An owl was sitting in a tree. He did something that seemed very strange to the young boy. The owl was able to turn his head in any direction. He was even able to turn it completely around. This was very strange, and the young boy stopped and observed the owl very carefully. After watching for several minutes, he wondered if he could do the same thing. He tried moving his head one way and then the other. He could turn his head just about halfway around, but he was unable to turn it completely around. There's a dinosaur here. The boy ran back home to his village, and he told his father about the strange actions of the owl. He asked his father, "How can the owl turn his head around? Is it magic?" The father sat down with his son and told him this story. Nanabush was an important spirit amongst the Ojibwe people. He was often very mischievous, and he liked to play tricks on the people and the animals. But Nanabush was also very kind and very helpful. One day, Nanabush decided to go for a walk in a forest. He often did this. It was one of his favorite pastimes. It was a nice day, but the forest was thick and dark. While Nanabush was walking along the trail, something struck him from behind. It kept striking at him over and over again. It was an owl, and a very bold one, for he challenged Nanabush to a fight. The two struggled together for some time. Each one tried to outwit the other. Then Nanabush suddenly grabbed the owl's head with a firm grip, and with all his strength, he twisted the owl's head all the way around. Well, ever since then, the owl has been able to turn his head all the way around. He can look in front of him and see where he's going. Then he can turn his head backwards and see where he has been. Ojibwe children are warned by their parents never to act like an owl, because the same thing might happen to them. To the Ojibwe people, the owl is a sign of bad luck, even to this day. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tale. This is the story of the owl from the Chiging First Nation, and I'm hoping to bring you another trickster tale in sometime soon. So thanks for staying tuned. I hope you enjoyed the story. Bamapi.